Previously on They See Me Rollin'. You guys had walked into a room with a lady facing away from you. All three of you actually notice that her hands are dripping with blood. And Smith is packing up some shit in the hallway. The woman who killed us, we have reason to believe that she's here now. And that she's the princess. I'm a large investor for Landy World. And I got you guys a room at a resort there.
Do you know anything about what's going on with all these rides trying to kill us?
Ronaldo, Belvedere, and Garbager rush into one little boat together.
The world is small, as it turns out. We're all singing.
Whatever asshole's behind this better be good.
The water forms a mound and then rushes back in as it reveals the head of a giant octopus with the carved face of a dancing marionette.
The world is small, as it turns out.
Alright, so when we left off, you were facing a singing marionette octopus thing.
I had nightmares for a week after that.
Spooky.
There are two tentacles that are out of the water on your little boat that you're in. One is on the bow and one is on the stern. It's a tiny little boat. The octopus is directly in front of you. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Good start to the day.
Nice, with a 1.
Coen rolls a 1.
It's critical.
It's very critical.
I got a 5.
So it's going to be Jelly, Octo, Skumk, Coen. Jelly, you are the first to face this freakish fring.
You won the initiative. Huzzah, you get a prize.
You win the game. How far away is this thing?
I'm going to say 5 feet in front of you. It's directly in front of your boat.
Oh, wow. What size is it?
5 feet high above the water. Then the tentacles are long enough to wrap around your boat. And they're about a foot in diameter in their thickest areas.
All right. Okay, I look over at this thing, and I make an animal handling check.
All right, you beat it. You have succeeded in animal handling. I rolled a 10. You rolled a
17. I hold out my hand. Listen, buddy, I've had a long day. I've had a long week. Very long week. Do we have to do this? Can we just go home? I just want to go home.
This is an animal, but only just. I mean, it does have a marionette's face after all.
Can I turn into it with wild shape?
But it will continue attacking, but with disadvantage. And speaking of, its turn. Of course, giving the disadvantage makes this kind of funny, given how I set up this fight. What it does is it opens its mouth and sucks in a whole bunch of water. And then it sprays the water at you. This functions as essentially like a really weak magic missile. So it will do 1d4 damage to each of you. And it rolled a 4, so you will each take 4 damage.
Squirts us.
As far as its tentacles, the tentacles ready in action. They're not going to go until the end of this round. Skunk.
So you said this does count as an animal.
Yes, if you were to turn into it, though, you would turn into an octopus.
Okay.
You would not turn into a marionette octopus.
That's too bad. I am going to cast Animal Friendship.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed against a DC of 14.
12.
Aha!
So it is charmed.
I pet its tentacle.
I've seen enough anime to know where this is going.
It allows you to pet its tentacles. For a moment, it stops singing.
Thank God.
And the illusion on its face fades, and you see that it's just an octopus. And the octopus realizes that it's not home. It's not anywhere where it's supposed to be. It screams. It lets go of your boat, and it just stops moving.
Oh no. I'm gonna use Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. I know this is a scary situation.
Well, true. Well, look here. I'm supposed to be in the sea. I'm not supposed to be in a weird amusement park.
No, it doesn't respond. What you hear is it's pleading to go home, to be released,
I just
to
want to
be
go
out
home.
of here.
I just want to go back to the wilds.
It seems to be responding to something it's hearing, but it's definitely not you.
There's some crazy static AM radio shit going on in my head right now, man. I just want to go back to the salt waters.
It convulses. It screams one more time, and then it stops moving permanently.
Aww.
Oh,
I jump in the water.
I was but a brief candle in the wind of mortality.
Now we'll have to turn it into calamari.
I cradle it in my arms.
You might want to get out of the water.
It raises one tentacle to your cheek. You saw the real me right before the end.
It's straight up dead. Do you actually jump in the water and cradle it?
Yes.
To the others besides you, you notice the horizon appears to sink. The water around you begins to ripple forward, and the boat begins moving along with it.
Skumk! So, are we moving away from Skumk?
You're going to be moving away from Skumk if Skumk doesn't jump back in the boat.
I throw a rope to Skumk.
No, Jody, I've got this. I cast Mage Hand, and I hold onto his hand, so he's now wakeboarding behind us.
I'm crying while wakeboarding.
Can he wakeboard on top? Can he wakeboard on top of the mage hand?
Right?
Yes,
Okay.
I Green Lantern this shit and turned my hand into a skateboard.
All right, the ripples quickly turn into rapids, and you're moving faster and faster as you soon dip down as though riding a cascading waterfall. The water rushes around you as though you're sliding down a tunnel. Suddenly, you get a reprieve. Your boat and the water around you is floating weightlessly in the vast emptiness of space. And just as soon as that moment occurred, you're back in a tunnel, but this time you can see it. You're in the midst of a giant rush of water. Ahead of you, there's a bright light, and as you're thrust closer to it, you see the park.
Cool.
I'm sad.
I give Skunk's shoulder like a comforting squeeze. Like, I'm sorry about your friend, buddy.
Wait, he's still wakeboarding, dude.
This was the worst ride ever.
I use Twin Spell and create another Mage Hand and use that one to squeeze his shoulder.
You're shot out of the tunnel as though through a water cannon. Now, I need all three of you to do a dexterity save.
Oh, 4.
17.
Jelly and Coen, they're in the boat, and they land hard on their butts, which causes them both 4 damage each. And Skumk, on the other hand, while wakeboarding...
I do a cool skid to a perfect stop. And then I say, that was the worst ride ever.
No. And I pick myself up and go over to Skumk and just give him a little hug.
And as you do, you see that there's water just flooding the area around you. Not heavily. It's like maybe an inch of water from all the water that spewed out of the tunnel from you. And it soon recedes into the drains on the concrete ground. And directly in front of you, you see Garbager holding Coen's sword and shield.
What took you guys so long? I've been waiting out here for what seems like a really long time. Oh, here's your sword and shield, by the way.
We finished the fight in under 6 seconds.
Wow. Well, it seems like a really long time because I'm a little hyperactive.
True.
I get bored easily.
Garbger, your Dale Cooper-esque optimism and chipperness is really wearing thin on me right now. I've had a long day.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, and I'll tone it down just a smidgen for you. See? Tone down.
What did you do to that octopus?
Thanks for grabbing my weapons, Garbager. Have you
Absolutely.
have you got a waiver or something from the park rules?
No waiver. I'm just hoping that, this is kind of towards the end of the day, and the security gets a lot more lax towards the end of the day. This is also when we start receiving a lot more children. I don't know. There's some sort of correlation there.
More children, more weapons seems fair.
Gentlemen and lady, I actually just looked at my watch, and it has been a really long time.
Gentleman is fine.
It is morning now. You've been gone an entire night.
What?
Oh, okay.
I just want to take a nap. Or
Yeah.
something. Jesus.
A long rest would be really good right now. For
World,
all of us.
Does Jesus exist in this world?
He's like a pop star.
Shakira.
What's your passive perception?
12.
It's 10.
10? Okay.
Forgot I dumped wisdom.
And Skumk?
16.
Okay, this is enough. All three of you notice someone hurriedly making their way through a crowd, running in the general direction of Pop Goes the World.
Have you not noticed that Skumk is the wisest fucking person you've ever met?
Hey guys, why are they running towards Pop Goes the World? Is it still closed, Garbager?
No, actually. I think the bedbug ridding
All the lice are gone?
process is. Yeah, it only takes about a day or two to finish that, so I think it actually is open now.
Hey guys, I've already walked away while this conversation was happening.
So you're saying "Hey guys" to yourself?
Yeah, this is out of character.
I put my finger in Garbager's face and say, "What did you do to that octopus?"
What octopus?
The regular one.
There was a regular octopus?
Yeah, it was big.
A big octopus.
What did you do to it?
I sort of hold Skump back and say, I don't think it was Garbager's fault.
I genuinely don't know anything about octopuses. I'd love to meet one, though.
They're really interesting.
From a ways away on my scoot buddy, I shout out over my shoulder, I'm pretty sure we established in the last episode that Garbager doesn't know anything.
I know a lot of stuff about octopuses.
Octopi!
Did you all notice
Octopodes.
the small figure running away from us?
That's why I left.
I super noticed that.
Yeah, let's follow it.
Jelly is actually chasing after this person.
I follow reluctantly.
Yeah, I follow
if everybody
too.
else leaves.
Are you all going to be on your scoop buddies as well?
I'm
Yeah.
defo on my scoot buddy.
Can you even do your scoop buddy anymore, Skunk?
Yeah, it's now a skateboard.
Yeah, it's a skateboard.
Wait a minute. This is a skateboard with 2 wheels, one of which is now loose because it doesn't
It's
have a
like
handle
one of
to
those
guide it.
cool skateboards
Yeah.
that kids used to have. That's
Yeah,
like
the ones that go backwards and forwards.
that go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Skunk uses the scoop buddy handle as a weapon.
And
Okay, so you are skateboarding,
And while I'm
the other two
riding
are
that, I'm also spinning 2 fidget spinners.
And
And
Jelly
vaping.
is now riding her scoop buddy backwards and is vining the whole thing. Damn, Skunk! Back at it again with the fidget spinners.
You guys rush over to the Pop Goes the World building, or the sphere rather. As you're heading towards there, you see that figure, and you can't see the figure. You just see the mayhem, the commotion that it's causing as it rushes through these little crowds of people.
Are there people like dropping their hot dogs and screaming and?
Yes, there's screaming, there's hot dog dropping, there's drinks and mustard flying all over the place. It's extremely chaotic and comical.
I use minor illusion and create an illusion of a sphere of flame in front of my scoop buddies so they'll get out of the way faster.
I scoop up a hot dog on the way past and just chow down on it because I haven't.
I will burn all of you. I will burn your children. I will burn your faces. I will burn your elderly.
Come on.
Get out of my way.
We've got to catch him.
We gotta catch them all.
Jelly starts doing the poker rap.
You arrive at this enormous Pop Goes the World sphere, and as Garbager said, it's completely open, and there's no line. People can just enter and exit as they see fit. However, you do see something stating that the next show is happening within a few minutes. You enter into the building, and the entire area is enormous and wide open. Again, there's no line, as people are just free to find their way to the seats. And just beyond a short bar barrier ahead of you is the floor of the arena. It's incredibly spacious, and you see a handful of gnomes working together, doing some last-minute sweeping. One of them seems significantly sweatier and winded than the rest.
I think that's the one.
I like do like the hockey stop, like right in front of him.
I can't stop very well, so I just barrel straight into Jelly.
I matrix flip up in the air and avoid it.
I purposefully jump off of my scoop buddy onto Coen.
Then I land on top of both of them as they come down.
Make an acrobatics
Okay, so
check.
you guys, just to be sure, you guys enter into the arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following this gnome.
I hold back.
Is there anything about the gnome that would make people scream? Like, I'm trying to figure out why people are screaming.
They would screaming because some rando is running through them with reckless abandon.
Just pushing people over. But he was a gnome, so he was running into the backs of their legs and taking them
Right.
out
They're
from
being
below.
out by it.
Maybe squeezing a buttock or two. Now, as you enter into the arena, the gnomes scatter and disappear, leaving you alone in the center. You look around you, and the seating around the arena is full of people. You then hear a fanfare of brass, woodwind, and drums, and a giant transparent rectangle appears on the north side of the center ring, which serves to magnify the view.
Oh, so it's not a gelatinous cube.
Yes, no. It's like a giant, think of a magic jumbotron. But within the magic view screen, you see a company of royal knights spill out, and they form a semicircle around the center ring, taking up the entire northern hemisphere. After that, you see the Kingsguard, and they escort out a human woman wearing a glittering tiara encrusted in diamonds. She's dressed in a long flowing gown of white, gold, and lavender. Her skin is fair, and her face looks as though it was carved in marble. You have never seen her, but you don't need a history check to recognize that this is Princess Anne Marie. And I think she's just joined us.
Hey, y'all. I'm here.
That was good timing.
Stan, I'm not wearing my makeup right now. I'm not in. Why didn't you warn me? I would have, if I'd known she was coming, I would have prepared. God damn it, my hair's not done. Jesus. Listen, Noelle, let me assure you, I'm usually much more put together than this.
You never put on makeup for me, Hayden.
I've known you forever, Michael, okay?
Noelle will be playing the role of Princess Anne Marie. She approaches the edge of the ring and addresses the audience.
Welcome, everyone. Today is a bittersweet day. I have come to announce the death of my father.
Ooh.
He was murdered in cold blood by a secret terrorist organization we have recently learned is known as the Blazing Dusk.
Oh.
You hear from the crowd, "Oh, shit!" It's Jelly.
My father was a great man and ruled with a gentle hand. His departure is a great loss for us all. Now I stand before you no longer as Princess Anne Marie, but as your queen.
Whoa.
And I will do everything in my power to rule as kindly and fairly as my father. And with that comes a strong sense of justice. It is my great honor today to make my first ruling. Before you are 3 members of this Blazing Dusk.
Where?
I sort of look around. What's he talking about?
We had a king?
Jelly slides into one of the seats and opens a newspaper.
Oh, there's no seats near you, Jelly.
I find one.
Jelly sits on
Use a minor illusion to create a seat
Yeah, I minor illusion a seat and
and then pretend to sit in it.
just hover perfectly above it so that it looks like I'm sitting in it.
practicing
Very impressive.
your Utkatasana in yoga.
And then you walk behind something like you're going down an escalator.
Yeah, listen, you don't know this, and if Stan would ever get into Jelly's backstory, you would know that Jelly was once an aspiring mime and actually apprenticed as a mime's apprentice for a few years before becoming an adventurer.
Yeah, that's very important information.
See, that apology
Yes,
that Hayden
extremely.
gave at the start was definitely necessary.
Well, I mean, everyone was a mime in their past, so I don't think Stan is amiss for leaving that out.
I'm pretty sure that's in the. I'm pretty sure that's in the player's handbook, right?
Infants are basically just mimes.
Shit.
Holy fuck!
Whoa,
you're blowing
mind
my
equals
right now.
blown.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and allow this mime thing to be canon. Why not?
It's Kanan. Yes. Yes.
It's Cain and Abel.
If they've got holographic trading cards, why the fuck not mime?
Fuck yes! I finally broke him. I broke him. Everything is canon. Okay, I just want to make one last.
No, not everything is canon, but the mime thing, okay.
Okay, Stan, I want to make one last thing canon. One thing I have in my equipment is a disguise kit. I want that just to be Mime's clothes and Mime's makeup.
Great. You got it, man. All right, let her finish her speech now.
These are the ones who murdered my father. Their names are Coen Greyfield, Jelly Butter, and Skumk, a filthy, murderous goblin.
Yeah,
I heard it was a bunch of snakes.
he's a very nice goblin.
A loud burst of boos bursts from the audience.
I start booing along with them from my illusion seat.
Do you have anything to say for your crimes?
We didn't. I didn't do it. I've killed lots of people, but I definitely didn't do that.
Oh, that's a fine argument.
Jelly reaches into her bag and pulls out the goblin sweat moonshine and just takes another swig. I just want to take a nap.
You mean the vodka?
Yes. I just want to take a nap. I just want to
I'm
go home.
Skumk. Nice
just
to
wanna
meet
go
you.
home.
Even though we're very far away, I extend my hand to give her a handshake.
I cast a mage hand.
I'm very sorry for the loss
Shake
of your
her hand.
father, but I can assure you we had nothing to do with it.
There is a thaumaturgy magic that, by the way, when you speak, everyone can hear you just fine. So,
Okay.
Just to let you know, you don't have to yell at her or anything like that. You're good to speak to her as she were standing directly in front of you.
We don't have to max our audio every time we say anything.
So all
No.
of Jelly's exclamations while trying to blood into the ground were just super obvious because they were 10 times louder than everyone else.
So I'm looking around at the exits at the moment. What have we got? None?
All exits are now closed. You are completely trapped inside this arena.
Oh, great.
Feel free to beg me for mercy if you desire.
Your Majesty,
One knee.
we didn't do it.
I didn't. I wasn't even here. I was probably on a ship or robbing some dildos or something. I don't know. I might have been in prison at the time.
So not only did you murder the king, but you question the word of a queen.
I'm not from here, so like, I'm not really sure how your judiciary system works. Like,
Well, allow me to enlighten you. Jellifer, was it?
It is now.
close enough. No one. It's what my mom calls me. No one calls me that. My name's Jelly's full name.
I pronounce that you are all guilty, and you will face the Black Parade as such.
God.
Not the
damn
Black
it.
Parade
Stan, Did
again.
you write that?
That's it. I'm determined to carry on now.
Asshole.
3 women and 2 men enter the arena dressed in parade uniforms, all black with white accents. These are the same ones you saw leading each of the platoons, or each of the companies, in the parade earlier when you first came to Landy World. Each one of these people has their own instrument. One has a trumpet, a tuba, a French horn, a drum, and a baton. As they make their way toward you, you hear someone shout, "Attack!" And you see several of the royal knights to the east and west begin to fall. In the east, you make out Smith's small body nimbly easing his way through the knights, cutting down the ones he caught by surprise. To your west, you see much the same, but there, it's Garbager. Roll for initiative.
Okay.
This got real.
I got a natural 20 on initiative.
I blame you, Noel. It wasn't real before. We were just
Real
playing.
now.
We were playing around with an octopus a second ago.
Torva's about about to smash down the door, you guys?
Oh no, Torva's here. Breaking through podcasts.
But wait a minute. In the distance, you hear the sounds of hooves approaching. It's Dashing Dawson.
If that guy shows up, I'm out.
He's my favorite character. I love him so much.
Yeah, it's in Noelle's contract that she will not work with Dashing Dawson.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure a
Got a real-
boob window is in the contract for the show, so Coen opens a boob window in his
Oh,
in his
perfect. I feel very comfortable now.
It's what the fans have been asking for
The
years.
fans have been calling for more boob windows.
I could psychically feel that something was wrong, but it's all better now.
Well, I'm gonna have to call Kiara and get her to alter the cover image now, so that Coen has a boob window.
Perfect.
I like that my window is like, you know, on a onesie where they've got the little thing at the back for the babies. That's
flap?
at the butt flap. I've got a boob flap. Just a single
I'm
one.
more imagining like in OG Star Trek whenever Kirk fought Spock and it just perfectly cut so that you could see his just frames his nipples perfectly.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the recent movie, too.
Oh,
He's
yes,
like,
it
I
was.
ripped my shirt again.
Yeah.
Can I, like, honestly, Jody, can I steal that boob flap idea? Because that's really genius,
It's
and
all
Caitlin
yours.
would be obsessed with it.
You can use it for whenever you guys have like a winter themed campaign and it's like a heavy parka,
gets
but it
changed.
has that flap built in.
We actually did that, but Fran made an illusion of a boob window. I feel like this boob flap this is new technology. It's going to change the game.
Does Noelle have a character that...
Oh, no, she's not going to be battling, but she can talk to you throughout the entire fight.
I'm above that.
You gotta give us some...
Garbager is
cooler.
Garbager's busy, but Garbager can shout at you as well, and Garbager can hear you since you guys have thaumaturgy. So Garbager, feel free to encourage them or whatever during this battle. Anne Marie, feel free to jeer or insult them as you wish
Great.
throughout the battle.
Before you start, you see Garbager turn towards you, and there are actually tears in his eyes, and you hear him say, "Thank you for being my friends. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this."
You win some, you lose some.
Skumk, I love you.
Stan, wait a minute, one question. It's important. Is Garbager here with us or is he outside?
Garbager is up on the center ring. When I say that, I mean there's like 3 rings in an arena.
I get you.
There's the lower ring and there's the middle ring, which is like the club level, and then there's the nosebleeds.
I burn my last spell slot and cast Major Image. Create a perfect replica of myself that hugs Garbager. Say, it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
I look Garbager in the eye and I say, I know.
Skumk, your turn. Go.
I am going to transform into a...
Oh my god, the tension is killing me.
Capybara.
I grow some hair on my
Capybara?
body, and I get big ears,
Capybara.
and
It's becoming me.
I get big teeth, and I turn into a dire wolf. And
Nice.
it's cool as hell.
Capybara would be
Right
cooler.
on. So you are now Direwolf Skumk. You look just like a dire wolf with big goblin green ears.
Yeah. And I bark like a dog.
So you can now do an action, Skunk.
So where can you
Yeah, we need to paint
like
the picture.
summarize what are the enemies?
I'm going to have Skunk, you are to the left of Coen, and Coen, you're in the center. Jelly, you're to the right. And in front of you is the Black Parade. From left to right, it's trumpet, tuba, drum, French horn, and baton.
What do the people holding the instruments look like?
The trumpet the drum and the baton are women. The other two, the tuba and the French horn, are men. But aside from that, they're kind of featureless, as their faces are essentially painted, pitch black with the image of a skull painted over that.
I'm gonna run right at the guy with a tuba and bite him in the face.
Damn it! I wanted the tuba.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
18.
That hits. Roll for damage.
13 damage. And he has to succeed on a DC 13 strength throw, or else be knocked prone.
Fails, so he's not. So Tuba is knocked prone. Tuba is now on the ground with dire Skumk on his chest.
With a wolf and a tuba on top of him.
Coen.
So I'm going to run it at the tuba guy since he's on the ground. And Skump gets pack tactics, don't you, when
Yeah.
you got somebody
If
fighting
I have a
alongside
person
you?
adjacent to me, if I have a friend adjacent to me, I get advantage on attacks.
What's a 15?
That hits.
Great. I'm going to divine smite him. So I reach my sword up in the air and I called up to Bast and say, Bast, I hate tubas. It's time to get revenge. It's time to get revenge on that instrument. And I bring.
Do we see a flashback of you in elementary school
Yeah.
playing
No.
the tuba and hating it?
In elementary school, there was a guy who used to follow me around with a tuba everywhere, and because I was a big guy, and he was really mean. I hated it. And you
Yeah,
get this,
that's terrible.
this flashback. 11 points of damage.
All right, now go ahead and do your second attack.
I wrote 22 3 times in a row.
3 22s in a row.
Well, regardless, you get a hit.
All right, that's another 8. So that's 19 damage.
You've hurt this dude. He doesn't look happy, but he doesn't look too terribly put off either, aside from the fact that he has a dire Skunk on his chest. Tuba gets to go.
My greatest my life would be totally complete if there was a furry whose persona is dire skunk.
Can we kick Ivan off the podcast now?
I did
The
too.
persona was a tuba.
I thought you were going to say a tuba. And I was like, this is opening a whole new world of possibilities.
Yeah, that'd just be
Don't
inconvenient.
say too much about it. I don't want to awaken anything in myself.
The tuba person takes its little movement to stand up, looks at dire Skunk, and casts Phantasmal Force.
Fuck yeah.
Oh no.
I like to imagine when he standed up, it was just sort of vertical, so he went from lying down and then like straight to his feet was just sort of this vertical way up.
I don't have any experience in this area, but I imagine that it's not easy to fall on your back while holding a tuba and then stand back up again while being attacked by a wolf.
Unless you're some kind of creepy monster thing.
Some kind of magical executioner.
Don't kink shame, all right?
You get +4 to your saving throw because I am now a level 6 paladin, so I have aura of protection, which means anybody near me gets to add my charisma bonus to their saving throw.
Whatever saving throw.
So yeah, any saving throw.
All right, so this is an intelligence check.
Oh, you don't even know how intelligent I am.
I think we're painfully
Yeah, I think we're
aware of
pretty
how
aware.
intelligent you are.
Oh, does this use my... Oh, shit. Does this use my direwolf stats for the saving
Yes, your dire wolf's intelligence.
Oh crap.
throw? Oh boy. That's not quite as good. It wasn't very good.
Don't forget the +4.
I got a 4 minus 4.
Is that including your +4?
You got a 4?
Is that including your +4
Oh, it
from
is
me?
not including my +4.
So we got a
I got a
4.
4 then.
Okay, cool. You fail, and you imagine a flaming trumpet is choking you.
Oh no.
Not even a tuba?
So there's a giant, as far as you're concerned, there's a giant flaming trumpet inserted down your throat.
Not
So-
again.
So that does 1d6 psychic damage.
1d6 psychic damage. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was. Oh,
Well, especially since I rolled a 1.
I guess I'm just used to this.
Hey, never underestimate the power of apathy.
All right, Jelly, it is your turn.
Stan, I have a question. So is Anne Marie actually here, or
Yes.
how far away?
She is a good 1,000 feet.
I can do that. All right. I point across the amphitheater towards her, and then I just make the really goofy Overwatch emote that Reaper has, where I just slide my thumb across my throat. It's intended to be threatening, but it just looks silly. And I reach in my bag, ka-chunk, 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 and I take out my Scoot Buddy. I look down the rows of stairs, because I assume this is all like an actual theater is at an angle going down towards the actual bowl where all the performances happens, right? We're in the middle.
But we can't get up to the seats or anything.
Yeah, you can't get up to her.
You'd have to cast fly.
Don't worry, I have a plan for that. Okay, I rev the throttle of my Scoot Buddy, even though there's no throttle, and I zoom down, and I want to jump over Skumk, Coen, and the tuba.
Okay, you'll have to do an acrobatics check for that.
I'm really good at acrobatics, Stan, so I'm fine with that.
All right. Jelly got 14, so yeah.
Okay.
All right. You manage to jump off your scooter. Your scooter manages to continue rolling through them. You kind of flip on your back and land back onto the Scoot Buddy.
Uh-huh.
Is that the titular they see me rolling?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So I basically I want to get as close to the queen as I can on my turn.
Okay, so you're going to dash. Okay, that's fine. So you have gotten about, a total of 60 feet? Or no, you're on the Scoop Buddy, so 90 feet.
Anne Marie waves at you really cheekily.
Jelly blushes green.
Next up is the French horn. The French horn puts the horn up to, French horn male or female? His mouth, and fires at you with it, much like an archer would.
That makes sense to me.
First thing it does is put mark on you. It marks you.
Hunter's mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hunter's mark.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Mark Hamill just lands on Jelly's head.
Oh, hi, Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, you're such a precious baby boy of a man. I love you. Yes.
I think we should make Tiny Mark Hamill a character in this.
Hey guys,
No, that's impossible.
It's me, Tiny Mark Hamill, here to help you out. Make sure to watch Star Wars Episode 8 in theaters this December. All right, see you later. Goodbye.
I'm probably gonna die doing this, but don't care.
Yeah, if you're moving 90 feet a turn, that means you'll get there in 11 turns.
Worth it.
The first attack hits, and the second attack hits.
Oh, no.
Guys, don't worry. When I get there in 2 hours of podcast time, I'm going to have the sickest burn to throw down.
Jelly takes a total of 18, 19, 21 damage. Ooh. Next up is the baton, and the baton heads over to Skumk, and will have advantage on attacks against Skumk.
Oh, no. I say through a horn.
The baton turns super muscly and angry, and he's like...
He's a fucking barbarian.
Uh-huh.
I wish it was all bards.
Me too.
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Oh, multi-class. Good point.
That one hits.
Bardbarian. Yeah. That's comedy.
Who's the barbarian attacking?
Barbarian's attacking Skumk. Okay, so both attacks hit Skumk. It's going to be doing...
Every time I get hit, it makes like a sound. Because there's the...
There's a tuba down your throat.
Yeah.
22 damage to Skumk.
Nice.
And Skumk, what HP are you starting off with is your direwolf?
My direwolf's HP is 37.
So you are down to 15. as direwolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, next up is the drum. The drum, okay, chain lightning sounds good.
No, fuck, no.
I don't know what this is, but it doesn't sound good to me.
Oh, we're fucked.
It sounds
guys.
like
We are-
lightning
Does it?
made out of chains.
Yeah, it does.
It's
actually.
basically lightning bolt, but it affects like multiple people in a line.
Do they get to
like,
choose the people, or does it attack their own people as well?
And yeah, well, they get to choose because this one has spell shaping.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, what a
An
jerk.
abjuration. Yeah, you're fucked. I'm sorry, guys.
So all three of you need to
Abjuration.
do a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
God damn it.
All right. See what sweet flips I can do. Oh, no sweet flips.
I do a sweet kickflip on my Scoot Buddy.
11?
17,
I
11, and what did Coen got?
I
8.
try to do a sweet flip
Alright,
and
bear
land
with
on
me.
my face.
It's never come up before, but Jelly is always wearing a snapback, and whenever she sees the lightning coming at her, she flips it around backwards like Ash Ketchum and does a sweet kickflip. Things are getting serious now.
I thought you were going to say that it hasn't come up before, but Jelly is always wearing a Faraday cage, so she's immune to electricity.
Well, that too. I'm wearing like a chainmail like shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'll really help with the lightning damage.
Oh, yeah, if you're wearing chainmail armor, you're basically immune to lightning.
Jelly, you actually just hit the spell DC on this
Oh
one.
wow.
Love it.
So you lucked out.
Oh, we all get. Oh no, Jelly. Oh no, you're not 10 feet away from me. We get +4. Does that help you, Skumk? No.
All right, so wait, but she will take half the damage. So this is a 10d8.
Oh.
10d8?
Yep.
That's a lot of d8.
Oh, that's a lot of
Coen and
sixes.
Skumk, you take 46 damage. Skumk, you're no longer a dire wolf. You're just back to being a goblin.
When he turns back into Skumk, Anne Marie says, "Oh, he's terrible to look at, isn't he?"
All right, so then Skunk's dire wolf gets blown away, and Skunk is just Skunk with 38 hit points. Coen, how many hit points are you starting out with?
I got 4 left.
Okay, you're at 4 hit points
Better
now.
off telling you how many I've got left than how many I had.
All my hair burns off from the electricity, and then I just look like regular Skunk again.
Jelly is down to 15 hit points. Next up is the trumpet. The trumpet runs to Skunk.
Everybody's just ignoring me. Hit me.
We got a critical hit on the first attack
Boy.
on Skunk.
Whee.
Skunk, you take 11 damage, or 12 damage. And now it's going to do its second attack, and 17 should hit, right?
Yeah.
That does 11 damage.
Fun and good.
And then it does action surge.
Oh, that's nice for him. Or her, I forget.
It definitely hits, and you are unconscious.
That's a neat new number that they rolled.
What, 12?
Yeah, the amount that made me die.
Yeah.
All right.
So, guys, you just see Skunk get fucking wailed on and is down for the count. Oh, Skunk, go ahead and roll your death save.
How do death saves work again?
Just straight D20.
Okay. 4.
Yeah, so that's 1 in the negative column. You roll 3 under 10, you're dead.
Okay, I look up at the queen. What if I told you that these two had nothing to do with it? If I told you that I was the one that killed your father?
It's cute that you think you can convince me of something like that.
Listen, I have demon blood running through my veins. You don't know what I'm capable of.
Jellifer, I know exactly who killed my father.
Stop it. Only my mom calls me Jellifer.
Coen, your turn.
All right. Coen looks at Skunk on the ground and knows that he could heal him. Or he could heal himself, but he knows that that's only going to buy time for the inevitable by wasting this action. So he turns to this tuba player and is like, if I'm going to go down, I'm taking you with me. And I swear a vow of enmity against the tuba player
Not against like the queen who ordered our execution.
No, because I can't actually hit.
We can't reach
I
the
can't
queen.
hit the queen. So this is the best I can do. So
Bast is more about like immediate vengeance.
that's right.
Like the most present
vengeance
threat.
has to be served hot with Bast. It's not good served cold. Even though the saying says the opposite.
Yeah. Bast likes vengeance to still be kind of alive and like
Smoking.
to bat it around.
Wriggling.
Bast prefers her vengeance like Applebee's serves their entrees sizzling hot. This episode brought to you by Applebee's.
Sorry.
Eating good in the neighborhood,
or even
whatever the fuck
like McDonald's serves their coffee way too hot in a really unpleasant way.
Suably hot.
I attacked the tuba, and I'm going to make that a divine smite and a thunderous smite.
All right, 14 hits.
I may as well roll the second attack too while I'm here.
Yeah, you got a 20 non-natural.
Bast's energy comes down from hell and does 37 damage to this tuba.
So this wave of energy like comes out, and this time it doesn't look so much like a cat's paw, but like a huge like jaguar paw with these enormous claws. And it slices at him, and you see the lights, the shining, glowing light slice through his body. And he has the wind knocked out of him. He looks down a bit, and then he brings himself back up, and he looks at you, and you just hear him go,
Anne-Marie gestures to him, and he plays wah-wah on his tuba.
he goes,
I look at him with hate in my eyes, and I say, I made a mistake. Here's the second attack. And you take another 11 damage.
He takes another 11 damage. He does look a little winded, but just a little winded.
He's a tuba, and he's winded.
He gives you a saucy little wink.
Coen is so angry. Coen has turned. He's gone from bright red to. He's gone like Alex. What's his name?
Alex Jones.
He's gone Alex Jones red-ish purple in face color.
Catch him in bed with a goblin. We talk about Alex Jones on The Color of Friendship like every episode. It's really weird.
Oh, God.
It's the two players' turn, and he strikes out at you.
Sure.
With his tuba.
Is he just hitting me with the tuba
No, he's putting the tuba in his mouth,
and blowing?
and he misses.
Well, that was disappointing.
He goes, "Brrr," and it goes nowhere. He pulls the tuba down, and he's just like, "Oh man." And next up is Jelly.
I just imagine him blowing wah 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 to himself.
I look at the queen, who's still ways away, and then I look back at my two friends, contemplate to myself for a second, and I then look back to Coen. It's like, Coen,
Yes.
make sure you get him out of here. I use all of the sorcery points and all of the spell slots that I've got left, and I cast.
Just none.
Shut the fuck up, Stan, and let me. This is a cinematic moment, and I cast invisibility on Coen and Skumk. Then I look at the tuba player. I'm like, I'm right fucking here. Come and get me.
All right. The tuba player just shrugs. Next up is the French horn.
What a relief not to have to look at that beast any longer.
Look, lady, that's harsh. Kind of fair, but still harsh.
What is going on with Garbager?
You look up, and Garbager is still fighting against overwhelming odds. When he had a surprise, he took down a few of the guards, but now he's getting crowded by a lot of guards.
Are there orphans coming to his aid in battle?
No, there are no orphans in battle.
Stan, I forgot about the most important thing of all. Where's Ronaldo? Where's
They're not there.
I'm grabbing you by the lapel, Stan. Where the fuck is Ronaldo right now?
Only Garbager would know.
He better be safe.
And invisibility is a touch spell, so
Magic.
Jody, I swear to fucking God, if you don't stop this.
We'll consider them invisible. That's fine.
Okay,
All right.
fine. I'll take the hit. I just want them to be invisible right now.
They are invisible, and
Yay.
you just took 2 hits. So you take 28 damage. You are down.
Fine, whatever.
So yeah, you feel that you get 2 arrows in you, and you are out. Coen, you are the only one left with 4 hit points.
Yeah, and I become visible again as soon as he goes down.
Yeah, because the concentration spell.
God damn it! I swear to God, if you don't stop this, Jody,
I don't see why you're trying to turn me invisible anyway. Don't worry about it.
the rules don't matter.
Next up is the baton guy, and the baton guy rushes up to you,
I just kind of stand with my head bowed as he hits me.
and he critically hits
Jesus
you.
Christ.
That's because Coen lowers his sword and just says, just make it end.
Fuck me.
15 damage, and he strikes you down. And Coen, you're the last one left alive.
He'll become more powerful than you can imagine.
Yes, I do. I cross my arms
Yes.
like
You become super
Obi-Wan.
powerful, you become a being of light, and you strike them all down.
yes.
Because that's
I
how it
love
works.
this. This is very great storytelling.
As Coen falls, everything goes silent, and all you hear is Garbager beautifully singing. The world is small as
Hate you.
All right. For real, though, as your life slips away from you, you see one last thing. Smith is cut down by the Royal Guard, and all is black.
I don't see Garbager cut down.
No. And you wake. All 3 of you. You're in a dark room, but your eyes adjust quickly. There are glowing forms around you, and you sense that you're safe. Your bodies feel different, lighter, and you look at your hands and you see vague representations of hands. Coen, in front of you is a humanoid figure. It says, "Hey guy, I guess it's my turn to help you guys escape." And Dave reaches out his hand.
Look at Coen and I say, maybe you're right. Maybe we shouldn't have gone on this vacation.
I told you right from the start. It was a stupid idea.
I think it was okay.
Hi, this is Stan Ferguson.
Hey, it's Jody Doyle in Australia.
Hello, all you beautiful RPG players out there. It is Hayden.
Oh, hi, it's me, the cool one.
Am I the sensitive
Whose name
one?
is
Am I the handsome
Ivan
one?
Clark.
Am I the beautiful one? Who knows? I'm all
All
of
right.
those things.
And also with us for the past 4 games
Say your
is
name, say your names.
It's me, Michael the Wolf Dog Raider. Ow! Coming at you in the morning.
And last but not least,
Hey, it's me, Noelle from Dames and Dragons.
Hey, we're girling out right now. Oh my god.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da.
Give me a paper bag because I am
Thank you
hyperventilating
so much
right
for
now.
joining us, Noelle.
yes, what is this Dames and or Dragons?
Well, I mean, as your listeners have never heard before, Dames and Dragons is an actual play podcast that me and my friends do. It's a homebrew. It's about 3 stupid teenagers who get chosen to be the guardians of a goddess and
Gahul.
have to figure out a lot of things, changing bodies, changing alliances. There's a lot going on.
Losing a
Yeah.
sky island.
I never thought of Dames and Dragons as kind of an allegory for puberty, but now I see it.
Yeah. It always feels like falling from the fucking sky.
It's about 3 soft marshmallow boys coming together to save the world and just being just great. It's such a great show.
Oh,
Like,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, like, you guys and Campaign are, like, top of my list on my podcast feed.
Oh,
At this
thank
point,
you.
TSMR is pretty much just a fan cast of James and Dragons.
Pretty much, like...
So,
it
yes.
hadn't come up before, but Jelly is actually a fire genasi.
Oh.
Warlock named Dan. Yes.
And Skumk is just a dude named Dog.
Well, that is awesome. But Noel's awesome podcast is not all we're going to plug because we have to say goodbye to Michael for a while.
Is Michael dying?
Another
Oh.
time
Yes.
point a fork
Heart
stuck
is
in the
breaking.
road. This is the time of your life.
I had the time of my
The
life.
time of my life.
And I owe it all to you. I don't know why I've been singing so much this episode. I can't sing worth anything.
Don't you have a podcast you want to plug?
I do have a podcast. It's called We'll Get It Right Next Year, an adventure in cinema we
It's
bought
very
a zoo, where I and my co-host Ryan Lynch spend an entire year desperately trying not to watch a movie. This year it is We Bought a Zoo, and we spend that year speculating about what the movie could possibly be about. And at the end of the year, we're going to watch it and see how close we got. Just check it out.
I just figured out that your podcast is the complete inverse of the worst idea of all time.
It is. We are the opposite of the worst idea. We're the best idea of all time.
The
You're the
best
best
idea
idea
of all time.
time.
Really?
Yeah.
Technically.
I
Best
was on the
worst
most
idea
recent
of all time.
episode of it,
That's true.
and I made it run long.
Yep. We had a lot of fun with Ivan. He made it weird.
He always does.
Unlike
Yeah.
before when it was a totally normal
Right.
podcast.
It was totally normal.
When
and
it didn't
Ivan came
revolve
on and
around the mob and Scientology.
Ivan encouraged our worst instincts. We rely on the guests to keep us on track, but Ivan didn't do that.
I'm not a really on track person.
No, so it spun out of control, but it's gonna be a good episode. Check it out if you like Ivan. Also, Hayden's been on there. And Stan.
Yes,
Actually,
I have.
everybody but
Yes.
Jody and Noel.
Everybody
Noel
but
hasn't
me.
been on yet.
Yeah, Noel, you should
Not
be
yet.
on this.
Yeah, all you have to do is pretend like you know what happened in not
Zookeeper.
Zookeeper, and We Bought a Zoo.
We
Well,
did.
logically speaking, if you know what happened in Zookeeper, you know what didn't happen in We Bought a Zoo. So
We
you can
did
tell them.
just release a full-length commentary for the movie Zookeeper starring Kevin James, and you can find that on CD, baby. Just search for We'll Get It Right Next Year or Zookeeper commentary, and you'll find it there.
Jeez.
Okay.
All right, gotta go. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Michael. We love you.
Bye. I love you all.
Bye.
We'll meet
Bye,
again.
nice to meet you for 1 second.
Michael, I just want to let you know I'm buying your commentary
Oh,
right
thank you
now,
so much.
like literally as we
Awesome.
speak,
You're the best.
because I gotta support my pals.
best.
That reminds
long.
me, my podcast, The Color of Friendship, where we talk about Disney Channel original movies,
Except
recently.
for the month of September.
Small Vemba.
We recently released we also released a movie commentary about the classic film Bratz. And that's for free, so suck it, everybody.
Suck it.
Yeah, so you should find that somewhere.
Where
on
do
the
we
internet.
find it?
I think it's on the podcast feed now.
Okay,
But
okay.
The Color of Friendship. It's about
Awesome.
The
I
Color of
listened to your
Friendship.
Spider-Man Homecoming episode.
yeah.
I also recommended
Classic Disney
Gee, was that a
Channel movie,
Disney Channel
Spider-Man
original
Homecoming.
movie? I didn't realize.
I also recommended your show to a guest host that we had on Box Office Poison. My friend's fiance, she's super huge into DComs. So I was like, you need to check out The Color of Friendship. It's bizarre and hilarious. And I told her about your Smart Horse episode because the thing cracked me the fuck
If
up.
if I had to summarize The Color of Friendship in one sentence, I would have to say it is the naked lunch of podcasts.
Because we're all naked when we record it and eating
And
lunch
eating
directly
lunch.
into the microphone.
I certainly was during my guest spot on that show.
Mm-hmm.
That was clear. That was very obvious too.
Yeah, could you tell just
Yeah.
by the sound
Yeah.
of depression?
Alrighty, let's bring this thing home. Subscribe to us on Facebook and Tumblr
wait the
at
fuck
TSMR
up.
Cast.
Jesus Christ, I have
Come
a show
to our
plug.
Facebook
Oh, yeah.
page. They see me
This
rolling.
Wait, yeah,
is
he's
like-
got a show to.
this is
Hayden's got a show to
fucking-
plug.
By erasure at its finest, pretending that I don't have a podcast. Shame on you, Joey
Podcast
Doyle.
erasure.
Shame.
Okay, plug it.
Plugging away. So, if
Yes.
for some fucking reason you like to hear the sultry sounds of Hayden Gibson, you can tune in to the wonderful show That Gay Shit. I'm on there with Dan and Alicia, my wonderful co-hosts. We take movies and just make them as fucking gay as possible. Did you know that 10 Things I Hate About You is actually a movie about two bisexual people falling in love? Did you know that Alfred is actually really, really, really wants to fuck Robin? Well,
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't, and if you did, it's all there for you at That Gay Shit. Check it out. Last episode, we went into an in-depth discussion about Black Mirror and our sex toy collections. So if you're into that, check it out. That Gay Shit.
Okay.
Basically the same subject as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I got really.
We go
Right,
hand in hand.
Yeah. Have they
Yeah,
ever
if
had
any
a
show,
Black Mirror
just turns
episode
you on,
about
it's going
how,
to be
like,
Black Mirror.
Well, wait a minute. Wait the fuck up, Stan. We specifically cover the episode San Junipero, the greatest bisexual / lesbian love story of our fucking generation. Okay,
And the
How
only
dare you.
episode of Black Mirror that isn't garbage.
Exactly. Thank you, Noel. The only episode of Black Mirror that you should watch, San Junipero.
Yeah.
San Junipero, I heard great things about. I do need to check that out.
Yeah, you
What
do.
about that one where the president has sex with a pig?
Fucks a sheep. A pig, yeah.
First episode.
That could be any episode of Black Mirror.
It's actually that if you look closely, you can see that happening in the background of every episode.
I love
Yeah,
how we
that's trivia.
went from my plug for a show about queers claiming their own narratives and finding their own place in the world to fucking sheep. Thank you.
I think
Joe.
it was
I
a pig.
apologize. It was my fault.
No, it was a pig.
It was a pig. I got that wrong.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. We should have gotten it right and said it was a pig. Sorry, Hayden. So finally, let's plug our own shit. Please check us
I mean,
out
what's even
on
the point
Facebook.
anymore?
Yeah, join the Facebook
Check
group.
us out on Facebook. Look at us. See how Ivan is doing absolutely nothing on.
Oh yeah, I haven't done anything in
Tumblr.
months or weeks on Tumblr.
Yeah, get the fuck
yeah,
on there, dude.
Listen to me drunkenly tweet at you from our TSMR Twitter page at 3
I love
a.m.
our TSMR Twitter page at TSMRcast. Hayden is wonderful. Hayden does everything except promote our show.
I at one point
It's
I
a
think
strategy.
At one point, I think I tweeted a picture of my nipple out into the world and then promptly deleted it. So if that's the kind of content that you crave, follow us on Twitter.
It's like manual Snapchat.
Yeah, I mean, I was a cam girl for a day, so I mean, sure, I'm no stranger to selling my
Okay.
body for the
Thank
internet.
you so much for listening.
Oh,
Thank you, Noel.
all right.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, and we're sorry.
Yeah, we are. Very, very
Never
sorry.
I will never apologize.
Bye.
Oh, this is going to be so much
Bye.
fun to edit.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So
Say your thing, Hayden.
So long, you beautiful Nightbirds, and thanks for all the spaghetti.
This podcast was lovingly edited by Stan Ferguson. Sucked in, Stan. Fuck! Our music is by Ron Lubavitch. Go to God's Little Peep Show on the WWWs and you'll find his stuff.
And if you don't trust me, trust them. Michael, Noel, do they have good reason to trust me? Is this story going in a good direction?
Stan, you've never given them a good reason to
No.
trust you. You are a deceitful man.
Okay, look.
But as a DM, they should trust you as a DM, but not with their secrets or their money.
Yeah.